Greetings and welcome to the August edition of my show, The Place to Be Oshkosh. So glad that you could tune in once again. Hope you had a great summer. It's going by very, very quickly with this being the month of August. As I always do, I want to start off by thanking those people who make this show possible, and that would be our sponsors, which are the Friends of Oshkosh Media, which is a great group that does a lot to support the programming here on Life TV and Government TV. Also Karen and the Oshkosh Herald, which is our community newspaper, comes out on Wednesdays, chock full of information, sports, lots of pictures. So if you're looking for a place to find out what's going on in Oshkosh, check out the Oshkosh Herald. And then also our floral set design is by Brian at UBloom. His garden center is still open. There's still time to plant for all of your fall things, which is coming up really quickly also. So check out Brian at UBloom. Where can you see this show? We're on Oshkosh Media, Life TV, Spectrum Channel 2. Oshkosh Media on YouTube. If you go to YouTube and just punch in Oshkosh Media, all of their wonderful shows, including this show, will show up. Also, you can download the app for Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. So plenty of opportunities to watch. Not only watch, but please like and then share, because this show has great information, not only about what's going on in our community, but about special events and special programs. As I always do, I want to start with a couple updates for you, talking about the Downtown Care Team, where actually in July 7th, we started our 4th year with the Oshkosh Downtown Care Team. Again, we partner with State Street Center, we partner with the Chamber, the Convention Center, and we go downtown on Monday and Friday mornings and we clean up downtown. We start at Sundial Square, go by the Grand, and then go up and down Main Street. It really is a great time. It helps us get to know our neighbors downtown. Anyone can join us. We're always looking for volunteers. We have people from the State Street Center come along. We also have residents from Oshkosh COTS come along if they're not working. So really it's a great opportunity to get to know downtown. Speaking of that, there's something new downtown. Community Impact Team from the police department is now downtown on High Street. They're there for a couple reasons. They have an office right there off of Sundial Square. They're there to help those people in need, the homeless. They're there to offer them information for mental care, for physical care, for housing. They're there to coordinate with the businesses downtown. They're a nice presence to have. So Sergeant Brendan has a team of 2 police officers and 2 social workers who are downtown Monday through Friday from 8 till 8. And it's a nice presence to have in our downtown as the care team goes along and does its business. What's going on in our community for the month of August? Well, as usual, the Downtown Farmers Market, 8 till 12:30 on Saturdays. A great chance for you to see crafters and vendors and get all that wonderful produce that maybe you can't get in your own garden because of the rabbits and the squirrels and the gophers and things like that. August 2nd downtown is the annual Downtown Chalk Walk. It takes place at Sundial Square, which is the hub of activities downtown, where artists can come in and children also come in, and they do design wonderful murals on all the sidewalks. So watch for that. August 7th through 9th is X Roads Music Festival, which will be a great time. Lots of great talent coming to our community. And August 23rd is the annual Jazz Festival downtown. So lots of stuff going on. There is an event coming up that I wanted to mention. It's a fundraiser for Cherith. On my last show, I talked about Cherith and what they do in our community. This is a benefit concert to help their work. It's a free will offering. It takes place on Friday, August 15th. Concert starts at 7. It's going to be taking place at Calvary Sunrise, which is just right across the street from City Hall. Cherith is a wonderful organization that helps people in need right here in our community. They get people coming to them, sent to them from Human Services, from the school district, from the police, from other organizations, and it's by appointment only, and they take care of their needs, whether it's clothing, or household needs. And like I told you before about Cherith, They have a thrift store downtown. Who doesn't like to thrift? We have thrift stores, but the Cherith thrift store is a little different. It's entirely volunteer driven. And all of the proceeds from the items that they have go to Cherith International. It's 734 North Main Street, right across from Secondhand, a thrift store downtown. So really, mark all those things, especially the concert. What a great time to listen to music and to support a wonderful cause that supports so many people in our community. That's it for my first segment. Stay tuned. We'll be back for my second segment of the August edition of The Place to Be Oshkosh. Hi, welcome back to my second segment of my August edition of The Place to Be Oshkosh. I am wearing this shirt for a special reason. I dig this shirt out when I do the commentary for the 4th of July parade because I really do believe that we need to honor our veterans and those men and women who fought for our freedoms and our rights and who are continuing to fight for our freedoms and rights. And so this show, we're going to talk to two gentlemen about an association that they belong to and an event that they created. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves. So Brandon and Jacob, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We did have, in the past, we had better looking guests.
My wife.
your wife on the show, but we'll take you guys too. So you want to introduce yourselves and talk a little about the organization that you belong to.
I'm Jacob Sandspider Spangenberg. We kind of either choose our road names or sometimes they're given to us if we kind of mess up. I chose mine. I think you chose yours as well. And usually they're military related to what we did in the military or experiences that we had, that type of stuff.
Okay, I wasn't in the military, so Sandspider.
So a lot of people think it's because I went to Iraq, and I did.
Okay.
But it actually has nothing to do with that. I was out with some of my friends, co-workers in the military, and just having fun, goofing around. They had a sand volleyball court, and I just was rolling around in the sand, asked to be dug or buried in the sand, that type of stuff. So yeah, that's actually how I got the road.
In my mind, I was going through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And yours, I kind of guessed because it's part of your name.
Yep. So this nickname actually came from, I'm one of the coaches at Upton North fishing team. So all the kid anglers started calling me Big Wheaton instead of just saying Coach Wheaton. So that's kind of been there for about the last 3 years.
Oh, that's really cool. So what organization do you belong to?
So we're a member of the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association. Our chapter is 45-3, which is in the Fox Valley, Green Bay area. We actually go all the way up into like Marinette area, so we have members all in that section or that area of the state.
And how long have you been members?
I've been a member for about 4 years.
This will be going on my second year.
Second year. So you're both rather new.
Newer.
Yeah. And yet you have great responsibilities.
So some of it has to do with like military experience, and so you kind of. I spent 20 years in the Army National Guard, so that part of it, and then part of it is just how active you choose to be.
Okay. So, because I noticed that there's 3 different types of people that make up your organization. So you have those who are combat veterans.
Correct. They had to serve in a combat zone.
Okay.
And there's qualified combat zones. So those are our full members. Then we have our support members who were in the military but didn't deploy to a combat zone.
Okay.
And then we have our auxiliary members who are spouses of full members.
And I know one of them, right? Your wife.
You do.
Your wife, Nicole, who got this all started a couple years ago with being on the show. And because I thought this was a very unique group to begin with, because I think it's kind of sad. I host the 4th of July parade here, and there's less and less veterans in the parade. You know, it started out that there were a lot, but I know there's health issues, and sadly they die off, and sadly they can't participate. But really, Memorial Day, Labor Day, really it should be all year round. And the 4th of July is a chance for us to thank you. So first of all, thank you guys for your service. We truly do appreciate the work that you do. There's something else connected with this, an event that you started 4 years ago. Do you want to talk about that?
So we started the Veteran Suicide Awareness Ride. We had done other events previous to that. But I lost my brother to suicide. He was a 2-time combat vet himself.
I'm sorry.
Oh, thanks. Back in 2020, August of 2020, so coming up pretty soon, will be his anniversary of his death. And he meant a whole lot to us, and it was a really tough time. And so I wanted to honor him, so I went to our chapter, and our chapter agreed that we would make our ride our Veteran Suicide Awareness Ride. And so we honored my brother the first year, and then every year since then, there's my brother on the screen. Actually, that bottom right corner is me with my brother. He was my youngest brother, so he's obviously a lot smaller than me at that time. So we started that ride in honor of him, and then every year since then, we've honored a different veteran who died from suicide, kind of tell their story and interview their family, that type of stuff.
Okay. And so this was
Senior Airman Chad Shulak. That was the second ride that we did.
okay.
And then this was last year. This is Sergeant Austin Millard. And all of these people have connections to the community as well, to this area. So.
Okay. How do you choose the? And this is the one for.
This is this year.
This is this year's recipient. How do you choose who's going to be honored?
So we first look around who we know in the area. Obviously, the first year was my brother. The second year, one of our chapter commander knew somebody who lost her son, so that was the second year. Last year and this year, both we coordinated with HUA Wisconsin, another great organization that supports veterans. They do a suicide awareness walk every November, and we've partnered with them, and they reach out to families who have lost their loved ones to suicide and ask them if they would be interested in honoring their service member for our ride, and that's the last 2 years.
So can you go over the statistics, which I think are really sad but really important to know, about veterans and suicide?
Yeah, so right now the standing number is about 22 veterans a day, which turns out to be, if I remember, it was like 1 every 56 minutes or something like that. That's nationwide. So, and it just affects everybody. Every 65 minutes. I apologize. 1 every 65 minutes. That's a lot. That's too many. And there's statistics saying that it's going up, it's going down. I don't know if it will move one way or the other, but it's something that I want to help combat.
So what are the factors that you think contribute to that? I mean, I already know with politics,
Resources.
yeah, it's resources would be number one, because a lot of the resources seem to be going to other things and other groups and not back to the veterans who gave their life, gave their time, gave their families to do all this. So mental health resources, would that be like a high one up there?
Very much so. It's difficult to kind of assess, because there could be those resources out there, but if we don't feel comfortable talking with people about the struggles that we're having, and a lot of it has to do with PTSD and stuff like that. So that's why, like, organizations like our organization, where we're with a bunch of other veterans, we can talk with each other. And a lot of times having that brotherhood where you can talk about things that are going on or struggles that you're having with your mental health, compared to some random person that you don't really know who never served, that type of stuff. So,
And we've seen that. I mean, I know that your wife has seen it, and I've seen it in my work at COTS also. We think that we're there to provide the resource and don't understand why people aren't taking the resources, but it's got to be up to them to want to. And a the veterans that I've run across in my career, whether it was at Father Carr's or at COTS, are very private, and they want it to be that way. And they have a lot that they've seen and they heard, and they just don't feel, like you said, they don't feel comfortable just talking about it. So a lot of veterans aren't getting the resources because they also are humble, and they think, let the resources go to somebody else who really needs them in their mind.
And some of it has to do with kind of how we're taught in the military. I mean, struggles happen, you suck it up and you keep moving forward, right? And so we kind of have that mentality a lot of times about our mental health. I'm just going to suck it up and keep moving forward. Unfortunately, if you don't know how to do that, it's difficult, but you don't want to burden anybody else with the struggles that you have too. So,
Very proud, but yet humble. So let's talk about the ride. What does the ride do to help this situation? This will be the 4th year. If we can put the flyer up, there's the flyer for the ride, and you know, I'm old, so technology is not my thing. So you two younger gentlemen are going to talk to me about that pretty little picture on the flyer and what people can do with it.
All right, so this year we are heading out of Wrightstown on September 6th. It's the Wrightstown American Legion. Our kickstands are up at, is it noon?
yep.
Yep. So then we do have 2 stops on the way out to Scally's and Pulaski. So in total, the trip should be roughly 3 to 4 hours
Oh,
with our stops.
okay.
And this is open to anybody. If you don't ride, you can follow in vehicles. You're more than welcome to meet us at the end point. We'll have resources there for veterans. We have Prevent Suicide Fox Cities coming out. HUA will be there, Mission 22.
What is HUA?
Fourth HUA is another organization that helps vets. They do, they put on the Ruck March. They take veterans out. I know one of my fellow buddies just went skydiving with them. They take veterans out skydiving, just try to get them out of the element, and just like our organization, they try to bring veterans together to help,
Okay.
you know, some of that healing process and just make
Okay.
a bigger connection, a bigger team for them.
Okay.
Let's see, we have Old Glory Honor Flight and Missions of Honor will be out
That's
there.
very cool. They get a lot of good PR.
We actually, I went on Missions of Honor trip last year, and you were
I go
selected
this
for
October.
year, so
Oh, wow.
it's pretty amazing to be able to go out to New York and see where the Twin Towers were, and kind of gives meaning to the reason why you
Do you sign up
did
for
what
that?
you did.
Do you sign up and then get chosen for that?
Yeah, you
Yes.
put in an application, and then they randomly choose people to go on the trip based on how many
Because it was
spots
done again, EAA had a part of that at their center. And usually you just see the older veterans in tears, you know, what they get to see, what they get to do. So it's nice to see the younger ones involved.
It's awesome that they set this up. So Missions of Honor and Old Glory Honor Flight, Old Glory Honor Flight are the ones that are going to like Washington, D.C. to see the memorials and things. And then Missions of Honor are for post 9/11 veterans to go to New York, and we stay there for like 3 days and see a bunch of
Okay.
different things. So.
So you have resources at this event. What's the date of the event again? Scott, if you can put the flyer up again.
The date was September 6th.
September 6th. Now you still, okay.
And then the
Now
QR
you gotta
code.
tell me about, I hate, well, I'm sorry, I told you I'm old. So when people send that stuff, I'm going, oh, what do you do? And then you try to fit your camera, but you're gonna tell me what to do.
So the QR code on the screen right now, if you take your camera on your phone and you highlight it, it'll turn yellow and you can click on the link. That'll give you more information about it. It'll allow you to pre-register, and you can purchase merchandise and everything else through that link.
Okay.
So
And that's how you're gonna register for the ride?
Correct. And it's $20 for the operator or the driver, and then it was $10 per passenger. Same with the vehicle. I think it's $10 still per passenger in the vehicle. So if you don't ride a motorcycle, you can still follow in the back with a car, and you can follow to all the stops. So it's not limited to just motorcycles.
And there's gotta be a lot of coordination to do this ride, I would think, because you're on the road, and you said how long does it take?
With stops, we are estimated about 3.5 hours.
Okay, so there has to be coordination with local law enforcement, I would think.
A lot of times, so if we go through a controlled intersection, meaning a light in the intersection, then we have to use either fire or police officers to be able to block that intersection. If it's like a stop sign or something, we can block those intersections.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a lot of coordination, not just with that, but coordinating with the organizations, because we have tons of resources for veterans.
Which I think is cool, because your page lists more than 10 resources of groups that can be there for the people to learn more about you guys, and to learn more about mental health, and to learn more about how you can help the vets. And quite sadly, as we find out, a lot of vets are homeless because of everything going on in their lives.
Yeah, so it's a great opportunity to find out what resources are in the area, to talk with people who are parts of those resources. As you can see, we are jam-packed with resources. That's a picture from last year.
Oh, okay.
So there's a ton of different resource tables, and you can just go through and talk to different people and what their organizations do.
Wow, very cool.
And then we also have raffle baskets there as well that we'll raffle off, and all those proceeds go back to helping veterans and other organizations in our community. So
Very cool, very cool. So what do you do for the family of the fallen soldier?
So we do interview them so that we can tell that person's story.
Okay.
But we also want to make sure that people understand that it does affect family members, and so we do make sure that we put that part in how it affected the family as well, the loss. We usually present them with a token of our appreciation. We do have other families, previous honoree families, come to the event as well. My parents will be there, my sister will be there. Hopefully we'll have the Shulocks there. The Millard families confirm that they're going to be there. And what we're trying to do is kind of build a community of people who have lost their service member to suicide, and so that we can build that support for them.
Which I think, I'm a pastor, so I dealt with death and dying and tragedy and all that throughout my ministry also. But this is kind of like a double-edged whammy here, because you have people who served in the military protecting their country with their lives. They come back, and then there's situations that happen, and now they're taken away way too soon, and their family has to deal with that also, besides of what they dealt with before.
Yeah.
So I think this is a really cool event to do, and a really cool thing to honor the people, especially to have the video for it also.
Absolutely. And it can be very emotional, but it's really important that we raise awareness, and that's what this is really all about.
And that's why when Nicole was telling me about this a couple years ago, I thought raising the awareness is the important part for me, because I didn't hear about this till I met your wife, and she's passionate about this and passionate about the group, and so I thought it was very, very cool. So can we put the flyer back up again? Scott, I'm making him work for his money today. With the date again, it's September 6th, and it starts where?
at the American Legion in Wrightstown.
In Wrightstown, and we're praying for good weather.
We are. It was a little chilly last year, but we will ride rain or shine. If it's storming out, we may have to do something else, but rain or shine, we will definitely be riding.
Registration starts at 10 a.m.
And we are hoping to have some food available for purchase before we leave, because last year we found that a lot of people were hungry throughout the ride.
Yeah.
So the hope is that we'll have some food available for them to purchase before the ride, and then when we get to Scully's at the very end, there will be also food available for purchase there as well, along with the resource tables, bucket raffles, presentation to the family, all that stuff.
Okay. So this is an important event. So again, can you talk to me about, you also have a Facebook page, correct?
Correct. So this is an event on Facebook as well. It's a public event. So you can find us, Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, Wisconsin 45-3. There's our website as well, CVMA 45-3.org. Or if you want to just go onto Facebook and do a search for Veteran Suicide Awareness Ride, it will come up right away, and you'll be able to like the event, push the interested type of thing. So
Okay.
we can also gauge about how many people we.
Does that work with your family? Do they like the stuff? Because my kids, I tell them this program, I say it's on YouTube, and they laugh. Right? Well, you're on YouTube,
Right.
and I say like the stuff and share and share the stuff, and it's like okay. But something important. I mean, my show is important in the community, but something like this is is truly important. And we also, our time's running low, but we're also going to talk about the changing of the guard. So you have a position with the state group.
So I am the CVMA Wisconsin State Secretary, and it's very difficult to plan this event. People don't understand how much time and effort goes into planning things like this. And because of my state secretary duties and the things I need to do with the state, it's been very difficult for me this year to be able to coordinate the event and do my job with the state. So actually, Brandon next year will be taking over as the chair and taking over the ride for us. I'll still be involved, but he's going to be the point person from.
So you
next
raised your
year.
hand and volunteered.
I did.
Because I like the other way too of appointing is always good. If someone's not at a meeting, you just appoint them to be the chair. But I'm glad. I mean, I can see the passion here in both of you guys to be part of a group and then to start an event. I think is really honorable to do. And what do you get out of riding?
Freedom.
It just, all your worries just go to the back of your head. Like, you're more focused on the road, the people you're riding with, and just having a good time. Like, all your stressors just kind of fall back and you just ride.
Some people really love running or rock climbing.
That is true.
What we love is riding our motorcycles.
So I grew up a long time ago, and the only two types of bikes were Harleys and Hondas. So is there a majority of something in your group over another type of bike, or
So the majority are Harleys.
are they Harleys? Okay,
but
plug out to Harleys. Okay.
we do have some off-brand motorcycles. We have Victories, though they're not making motorcycles anymore. We have Indians. I think one person in a different chapter has a BMW. There are people that have the, for lack of a better term, crotch rockets. So
Bikes.
any type of motorcycle, basically the only requirement to be a member is your motorcycle has to be at least 500 cc's or greater.
Oh, okay.
So
And so do you guys like ride once a month, or what do you, or is it part of the meeting, or what is?
So it's about motorcycles, but if you really think about it, it's kind of like a VFW, but we love to ride motorcycles. So we're a nonprofit organization.
Okay.
So we're not a motorcycle club or anything like that.
Okay.
So we have a meeting. We have structure to that meeting. We raise money to help support veterans. We vote on where that money will go and how we can support veterans the best. We do in-house stuff, that type of thing. So it's more like a VFW or American Legion type of
Okay.
meeting. But we do get together to ride all the time. Especially in the summer, we try to plan rides together, meet together. Somebody will say, "Hey, I want to go to this event," and we'll just, "Hey, I'm going to this event. Who else wants to come with me?" And a bunch of you hop on your motorcycles and go. So
That's really
And
cool.
sometimes even after our meetings, we'll schedule a ride, like go grab lunch, and then we'll just go around the lake, or
Okay.
depending on how much people want to ride or how long they want to ride.
So it's fellowship, but it's also bonding because you're a special group of people doing this, and then you have the auxiliary, which is the wives who live with you guys and know what's going on and also need that support. So the time is winding down. I'm really glad to have them. Remember the date, September 6th. Please go to their Facebook page, make a donation if you can. It's really an important ride, an important group, and we thank you guys for being here on the show today. And we hope to have you again next year. Not you, I guess, but
I can still drag them.
I'll still be part of the committee. So.
still be part. But thank you very much, and thank you everybody for watching. This was the August edition of The Place to Be Oshkosh. Enjoy the rest of your summer.